मैंने लाइफ में बहुत गलतियां की, मैंने ड्रग्स भी की एंड खुले किए, सबको पता था जब कर आई हैव ड्रंक, आई हैव आल्सो हैव ड्रंकन नाइट्स व्हेन आई वाज यंग which impacted my health and my well-being, my life in a negative way. I stopped. मैंने जो जो चीजें की, जो मुझे करने के बाद अच्छी नहीं लगी, मुझे अच्छी फीलिंग नहीं आई और मेरे मेरे हेल्थ के लिए अच्छी नहीं हुई, मैंने वो चीजें धीरे धीरे बंद कर दी. And I've applied this formula to everything in my life. If I used to get angry a lot at the end of the day, and I only used to feel sad and tired. I said, यार गुस्सा नहीं करना चाहिए. So like that, I left everything. यार ये तो जो लोग कर रहे हैं तो गुस्सा है, नाराज है, लड़ रहे हैं, डिवोर्स कर रहे हैं, परेशान है, मुझे तो लाइफ में ऐसी इतनी परेशानी से मुझे और परेशानी नहीं चाहिए. And it was so simple. Like I woke up one day, I said, नहीं यार नहीं करना है. तो मैं डर गया, तो मैंने छोड़ दिया, डर के छोड़ा मैंने. Hi, this is Amit Sadh and you're watching me on Mirchi Plus with one and only, Samina.
Hi, this is Samina Shaikh here, and with me today I have someone who doesn't wear hat quite often, but is wearing the hat today. I'm welcoming Amit Sadh on Mirchi Plus. I really want to know the story behind this on camera. Off camera तो पता चल चुका है मुझे. On camera मुझे
Wow.
जानना है. What is the mystery behind this? This look of yours, the cowboy
Uh,
look.
Before I go ahead, I'm just saying I'm really delighted to see you after ages. So good to see you. So I'm so glad that we can do this. The story is nothing that exciting. There's this amazing hat. There's this very talented hat maker in New York. And since I was there, and he just made me a hat. We spoke. In fact, I asked him to make me a hat, and he's not selling me. He said, no, don't worry about the hat. Like have coffee and talk. And I met him a couple of times, like a couple of occasions. And you go to a hat maker, you go to his workshop, all you see is hats. There's nothing else.
I'm saying that do you prefer trusting strangers now, because after your experience in Breathe and that chapter, and really, like, you need a lot of focus while watching Breathe, to be honest. And I really love the series, but it's very dark, to be honest. How was your experience of working, and being through that character, because you also said the character has been with you for 6 years now.
Sabina, that's like 7 questions in one. I will try to answer them, maybe not in a chronological manner, but whatever I remember. First of all, you said that it is easy because of the Breathe, if it is easy to trust strangers or people, but you see in Breathe, I'm Kabir Sawant. I think I have the ability to handle everything. And without sounding cocky or arrogant, I think in life as well, I think I'm pretty strongly packed and I've seen so much in life already that I think I would like to believe that I can endure, a lot. So, and trusting people apart, if you come outside, breathe, is a good habit to take people on face value and give them benefit of doubt and not judge them. I think it's a good quality. Talking about breathe, yes, it is very intense, and to be honest, season this part was emotionally exhausting. I can understand as a viewer that you find it intense and like too much at times, but I guess that's the world that the director has created. And but we are very happy. I'm very happy the way it's impacted people and how they are watching the series and giving everyone love. And I think that is something very fulfilling. And is there something that I have left?
But at any point, did you feel like playing Abhishek Bachchan's character?
No, no. I'm very happy with Kabir. I'm very, very happy with Kabir Sawant. I think it's when I talk about Kabir Nasmina, I get lost in a web of emotions because it started in 2016. And then I was a certain person. I've changed a lot, and I hope for the good. But I was a certain person. I had certain fears. I had certain problems. I had certain good, which I kind of took and I flushed into this character. Then season two came and the character changed. He didn't change, but he evolved. He became more physical, and there was a transition in me as a human being. And three, and I think why this character is so close to me. I think just because of this journey. There's a parallel journey of Kabir and me, and they just keep interjecting into each other, and sometimes I get lost. Like, how much is it of Kabir and how much is this Amit? So in some good way that the show is finished, like it's ended and I am out. and I can finally find Amit back and wear these hats, and be goofy and foolish or silly or whatever. But it's been a very, very great journey. Coming back to playing Abhishek's character, actually, I'll be very honest with you, I've thought about it once in the previous season when we were filming in 2019. And I thought about it only once in this season. I told this to Abhishek as well. It's a tough character. It's a I will have jitters. If someone gives me, and I'm a method actor, so I'll go crazy. If someone gives me that part, I think there'll be like three psychiatrists that I'll have to go to get fixed. But I think he's done it very gracefully. He's done it very well. So hats off to him. Yeah, to be honest, I have thought about that just 2 times.
Have you ever come across such a split personality in real life?
I think all of
Somewhere,
us, everyone,
yeah,
everyone. I think we live in a world without being insensitive to the terminology, and I don't want to use it because I will get in trouble because the scenario right now is not very. People get affected very easily, but I just feel that we are the. I think the circumstances, the scenario, the world we are living in, there's so much of adaptability required, and there's so much drama, there's so much stress, especially in movie business, that
true.
every second we are changing, even if we don't want to. So we are changing. We have, I'm sorry, I will just say we have a borderline bipolar disorder. You can acknowledge it and you cannot. I will say I'm just changing so much, but I'm also being affected by so much. First of all, I'm an artist. I'm in a business which is not easy. You listen to something and you change. You read something and you change. Something makes you happy. Something makes you sad. It's just, I feel that the current world we live in, it's just one of the byproducts of, and but then there are some people who are split personality, which are maybe more intense, and they're in an advanced stage of split personality. I'm not there yet.
It's,
I'm
it's
not.
actually good. But honestly, yeah, what you said is very right. And, of late, ever since this entire COVID situation, so many cases are coming out, and people are talking so much about mental health. And, it's
Yeah.
important to be honest. But sometimes you read so much about it, sometimes you feel like, it is so disturbing also. It could be quite like, okay, TK, you understand the emotions of people, but at the same time it could be disturbing to hear such stories. Recently also, one case happened, of in Delhi, how that, the boyfriend behaved with the girl, and that was very horrendous, to be very honest. So you get to see that, how people are, we were thinking that, maybe people will evolve as, as the years pass by, but it's actually not the case. You get to hear so many negative stories on a daily basis. You just don't, you sometimes feel like where exactly you are placed on the earth. That's what I feel. I don't know what's your
You're
thought
right.
on that.
No, you're absolutely right. I think I call it environmental damage. Though not that we are not evolving, there is evolution.
Yeah,
I think there is the opposite of that as well. So it's like, we are kind of, it's like a juxtaposition. It's perplexed. And and upside you're true. I mean, when you read such story, it just chokes you for a minute. You have to snap out because you can't dwell in it. You have to go
yeah,
and start. You have to work and you have to get on with life. But I have not formula or just a philosophy. Like, I just don't dwell in all this. I see it. It affects me like it should. Everyone, but I snap out and I say, you know what? Let me just take care of myself. How can I be better? How can I learn? How can I improve? How can I just be better? How can I use this day to be better? So I start focusing on myself, because the more we change, the more things around us will change. That is in our hand. So that kind of brings me back to sanity. But you're so right. It's choking. It's choking, and historically, ancient historic knowledge tells us that human beings are barbaric. We have that animalistic streak in us of everything: destruction, anger, ego, violence, and we can't shy away. And then there's this mixed. There'll be mixed years and centuries. There'll be So I don't know. It's a very, very tough topic to talk about. So
do you somewhere feel that, being an actor helps in, getting out of the characters you play? Of course, Kabir, stayed for you with you for the longest time, but at the same time, if you had to move out to some other character, say, maybe to a comedy character, would that be easier for you just because you're an actor, because you are somewhere practicing certain things, to be in that zone, maybe? Do you somewhere feel that way? Or
I
will it
definitely, sorry.
or would it take time, even if you're an actor, you're a human being eventually?
So there are two parts to this. I mean, I think first of all, for me personally, acting has been is praying to God, bhakti, sadhana is their anchor, right? Dua, prayer, you know. For some people, parents are an anchor, right? For me, acting it became my anchor, you know. So it has made me who I am today, happy, you know, hopeful, and and just at peace. So for me, the my application to cinema or my application to my work is very is different, and it differs role to roles. When you play Kabir, I like method acting. I've not shied away from him, shied away from it. I like being in the character. So I like when I am filming. I like being off phone. I like being off Instagram. I like being in the zone, and that's my process. That's how I want to work. I have decided how I want to create, and we have like if you are making or baking a cake, you will bake according to your recipe, and you have that right and choice.
Correct.
You know, so so definitely, if you do a Kabir Sawant, you it's tougher. The world is darker, like you said at the onset of this chat. Filming for a series like Breathe is very difficult. It's difficult. It's there's so much happening. There's so many locations. There's so much mental. There's so much going on. So definitely, there's too much. And then, of course, if you do a fun film, like for me, Sultan was one of the happiest experiences of movie making. You know, somebody everyone asks me, मुझे बहुत लोग पूछते हैं यार तुमने उस मूवी में बहुत अच्छी एक्टिंग की। मैं सबको बोलता हूँ मैंने एक्चुअली उस मूवी में एक्टिंग की ही नहीं। मेरे को उस मूवी में एक ही चीज करनी थी, टू लव सुल्तान, राइट?
To
सॉरी,
pursue it for certain things, to
also love
encourage.
Sultan. Like
Yeah,
he loved him.
yeah.
He loved, like for me, I always have one thin line. So I was a Jerry Maguire of Sultan,
Hmm.
right? I was the agent who loved him, who loved Sultan. And there's not much difference between Sultan and Salman. I think they are Salman sir, they are pretty similar characters, you know, and he played it so well. And when I met Salman sir for the first time, I actually loved him. I loved so much about him. So I was actually being Amit loving Salman sir. So मैंने actually उस फिल्म में एक्टिंग की नहीं, मुझे इतना मजा आया उस फिल्म में. तो उस फिल्म में तो ना मेथड एक्टिंग थी, मैं खुश जाता था, खुश आता था. लंच ब्रेक में सर यूज्ड टू आस्क मी क्या खाना है, ही यूज्ड टू फीड मी गुड फूड, you know. So that was also an experience, you know, and that is life. We cannot replicate an experience. And one thing that I have learned, and I want to share this with you, I had formed a habit that if I like something, I kept chasing it. So like for example, Kai Poche. So my experience in Kai Poche was so good with the team and the integrity and everyone's positivity, everyone's energy, and blah 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 blah. I just kept looking for it, and then one friend of mine told me, "Samit, look ahead, don't replicate." You know, so that's one thing I've learned, that these are different experiences. We have to embrace them, learn, grow, be happy, be humble, be thankful. Be thankful to you for talking to me. Be thankful to the person who is recording this video. Be thankful to the guy who's made this hat. You know, and coming back to mental health and all these issues, I'm the last person to speak about it because I'm not academically researched or educated on it. But I have learned something in life. When you have gratitude, you know, when you are thankful for what you have, already your energy space of life becomes positive and happy, because you're not sulking, you're happy, you're thankful for what you have. I just felt like, I don't know, I just went off the point, I guess, but I just felt like saying this, that for me this works. I think in life, being thankful of what we have got, what we have received, is a big changer. It's a big game changer.
Amit, do you also feel that your journey has been quite different? How you started as compared to what you're doing right now. You started with Kai Poche, which is like completely, enjoyable film, mushable. It also has, its own, ups and downs in the film. But at the same time, how you started your journey. Forget, Kai Poche, even being a TV actor, and being in such a that show was very good, to be honest. I used to crush on you and I was in school. So yeah, anyway. So starting that journey, and then now, the kind of characters have been offered to you, dark, mysterious, and somewhere, getting into the details of everything. Do you somewhere feel you're liking this part of it?
You've taken me back, real back. I'll simplify this for myself and for you and for people who are seeing this. I did not know that I will land up. मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि मैं यहाँ तक पहुंचूंगा और मैं काम के आधारित नहीं बोला. I'm not saying about the achievements I have achieved or my successes. I never thought, in all
Hmm.
honesty, कि जो मेरे में आज खुशी है, मेरे दरमियान जो एक स्थिरता है या पीस है या हैप्पीनेस है, मुझे नहीं पता था कि मुझे एक ऐसा दिन होगा जहाँ मेरे में खुशी हो. मेरी लाइफ टफ थी.
Hmm.
And but again, you have to be positive. I kept getting work. To answer your question about the intensity and enjoying such work, I enjoy doing work. I'm an actor. It's my job to play my character to my best ability, to give it all, to be excited about my job, to love my job, and I do that. I would like to still, I think, credit myself and compliment myself because that is important too. I think that the reason I can do, first of all, Kabir Sawant is not a dark character. He's a savior. He's a protector. He's loved by everyone, and I can understand why people love because we show Kabir Sawant with his weakness. We show him the real, like whatever, like there's good and bad. Nobody is perfect. Like all people who try to show that they're perfect, I will always doubt them. Them I will doubt. You know. So I think all the experience that I've had in my life, my good, my bad, somehow I think I am fortunate, and that is fortunate as an actor. That I am fortunate to have that bank of emotion, have that bank of memory, and understanding that I can kind of lend it to Kabir. The only
Hmm.
problem with Kabir has been because it's 7 year journey. I sometimes don't know who's lending whom. Is Kabir lending to Amit or Amit lending to Kabir? And it's all positive because it's a great character. I like the values Kabir has. They
But
match
you
the values.
and I want to add on to this, you have become quite quiet. You've become quite, different. The kind of Amit I have seen, over the years, that bubbly character, and like, that I don't know how to define it, but you have changed. I think that this character has changed you as a person. This is what I have noticed. You've become quite like subtle, in your opinions. Maybe you've become quite quiet as a person. Maybe you've become quite diligent, maybe. And you were like that. But you're very hip and happening and bubbly, I would say. Do you somewhere feel that the transformation has happened because of this one character in your life?
Although this character means a lot to me, I will not give it so much credit that it is the only impact in my life because my work doesn't impact me. I impact me, you
Okay.
know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I'm saying this humbly, right? Breathe is huge because it's a character that I've created, like how Akash in Sultan or in Kai Poche, or even a character in a film that did not do well, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
Kabir is special because I think there is
Your
a
film
role,
with
whether it is
Taapsee
Al
Pannu
Pacino.
also.
Sorry,
Your film with Taapsee Pannu also was a good
exactly,
one. Yeah.
exactly, but it did not
The
do
dual
well. So,
did not, yeah, it
but
did do well.
uh,
Many people loved
but
it. Yeah.
Kabir
I
का
watched
impact
it.
है. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I mean, I think Kabir ka impact is इसलिए because the way I think this character has touched a chord with the audiences,
Hmm.
with the fans. The way they have actually is the ownership that they have projected on this character. So that also I can't take the credit. That's the credit to the audience.
Hmm.
Someone wrote for me. My director and my writer wrote for me, and I've just worked hard. You know,
Hmm.
but I don't know how much I've changed. I'm still bubbly. I would like to believe I'm still I actually, to be honest, I'm more
That chirpy
happier.
side of yours then. I have to see that chirpy side of yours then. I think
No,
after
no,
this interview, maybe.
you are asking such intense, intelligent, tough questions, which I appreciate, which is making me think. Which I think also it's important to have intense, meaningful chats because everything is not for floss. But I have my floss moments. I'll be honest. I have my moments where I'm a blonde, like like we call them the blondie moments, without offending anyone. But to be honest, I think I'm more happier now. The bubbliness which you felt, I think I had a lot of angst in me.
Hmm.
I had a thing that I have to prove, I have to fight, and I'm just happy that I don't have to do any of those anymore.
which is, of course, it's good. It's good to, change that way. Recently, you also said no, after the alcohol ad, you also said no for, one of the, like maybe it was very, for a sports ad, basically. It was not a sports ad directly, but it was basically a fantasy sports ad. So I really wish to know why you
Gambling.
haven't, yeah,
It's a
so why
subtle way of gambling. It is
okay.
gambling. I think the government should ban it. We already
Hmm.
have so many issues with the youth in our country with drugs. Drugs is a
Hmm.
very big issue in our country. If you think it's not, then you are blinded, and you are living in and like every other country. It's not just India who's
I agree completely with
right.
you. Yeah.
So there's already so much issues with like how we have to educate the male in India to respect women and treat them as equals. We have drug issue. We have so many issues in this country. Do we need one more? And my whole
No.
take is, I come from, poverty still has some money. I come from below poverty. I come from
Hmm.
zero. God has given me so much. People have given me so much. I just want to be conscious of how much the comparison of work, greed, and who am I? What am I going to do? What's my
Hmm.
social standing? How much I can be relevant? It was, to
Hmm.
be honest, I mean, it was the easiest decision in my life. I've even told my team, I don't want ads. मुझे नहीं चाहिए. मैं यहाँ पे ads करने नहीं आया था यार. मुझे acting करनी है. I want to
Hmm.
be an actor. मुझे give me good parts. मुझे acting दो, मैं उसमें खुश हूँ. And I just think there's no end to greed. And I think when you become, I'm not saying that I'm some big superstar or people look up to me. No, I still like to believe there must be some people
Hmm.
who look up to me. You know, I'm sure there must be some people that I inspire. You know, and I don't want to disappoint them. And I don't want to start a habit that can get into an addiction. It's very
Hmm.
simple.
Do you personally consume alcohol?
No, I've had alcohol before. I don't touch alcohol at all, at all.
Okay.
Like I don't even have a glass of wine anymore.
Is it because you have taken a step because you said no to an ad? Maybe is it because you want to encourage the youth for that matter?
No,
That
I'll give you a very honest answer. No, not because of that.
okay. Hmm.
Because that'll be disgusting. And I'm not that kind of a person. मैं आपको एक दूसरी चीज बताता हूँ. Why? मैंने लाइफ में बहुत गलतियां की. मैंने ड्रग्स भी की. एंड खुले किए. सबको पता था जब करा.
You have told me in the
मैंने,
past as well about
no,
it.
I've never hidden anything. I
Hmm.
have drunk. I've also have drunkard nights when I was younger. I've everything that I did in my life, which
Young
was
FYI. I
sorry,
don't know.
huh?
You're still young FYI. I mean, I don't
No,
know.
younger.
Yeah,
But I'm
okay,
just
yeah.
everything that I did,
Hmm.
which did not impact my health, like which did not, which impacted my health and my well-being, my life in a negative way, I
Hmm.
stopped. मैंने जो जो चीजें की, जो मुझे करने के बाद अच्छी नहीं लगी, मुझे अच्छी फीलिंग नहीं आई, और मेरे मेरे हेल्थ के लिए अच्छी नहीं हुई, मैंने वो चीजें धीरे धीरे बंद कर दी. एंड आई हैव अप्लाइड दिस फॉर्मूला टू एवरीथिंग इन माय लाइफ. इफ आई यूज्ड टू गेट एंग्री अ लॉट at the end of the day, and I only used to feel sad and tired. I said, yeah, I gussa nahi karna, chhod. So like that, I left everything. Not that I'm on a, I'm on a sermon now, but yeah, I mean, we have to raise voice. Which I just can't be a selfish actor. कि I पिक्चर बनाई, लोगों को खुश किया, एंटरटेन किया, और पैसे कमाए और चले गए. मैं वैसी लाइफ नहीं जी सकता. I can't live a blind man's life. I want to live with my eyes open. And I'm very strong. I wish, I will take out time, educate myself, go into the youth, tell them my experience. I want to even tell you this. When I briefly also was in drugs, many people congratulated me, seniors, people, friends, that Amit, we are so proud and you came out of it. And there was this very young parent who are my friend. They're like a couple who are parents to young teenage kids. And they said, Amit, we want you to meet our sons, and I think it'll be great for them to talk to you. She said, but can we ask you, how did you leave? It must have been tough. I said, no, to be honest, I was just tired. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like my health at that time. I couldn't run, I couldn't cycle. And when I did those things, I saw everyone so sad and upset. तो मैं डर गया. तो मैंने छोड़ दिया. डर के छोड़ा मैंने कि यार ये तो जो लोग कर रहे हैं तो गुस्सा है, नाराज है, लड़ रहे हैं, डिवोर्स कर रहे हैं, परेशान है. मुझे तो लाइफ में ऐसी इतनी परेशानी से मुझे और परेशानी नहीं चाहिए. And it was so simple. Like I woke up one day, I said, नहीं यार, नहीं करना है. So I can hide the story and not tell and come across that, oh, I'm a perfect guy, मैंने कुछ गलत नहीं किया. But the time that we are, in India right now. I think we need more people that people, the youth especially, can look up to. They can say, okay, fine, you can do mistakes and you can rectify them. You find more honest voices. They say, I was like that. When you tell a youngster that I was like that, it's okay. ठीक हो जाएगा, मत करो ये अच्छा नहीं है. They have some hope. But if I'm going to pretend and say, I was perfect, nothing is wrong, and you can hide and live. So I have very strong views on this, and I aspire and I want to do more, and I'm sure in coming days in the future, I have very very strong views on drugs and alcohol, and I definitely think in India again, so somebody, I want to give you another example. When I said no to alcohol, somebody who was a part of my team and just for this reason is not a part of my team anymore said that क्यों नहीं करे, रॉक तो बेच रहा है, रॉक तो टकीला खुद बना रहा है. So I said, look, we are still not there. That's an evolved society. They've
Yeah.
they've had
Correct.
they've had 100 years to rectify themselves. We are a getting evolved country. We are a
You're
country
on,
which is migrating. हाँ, हम
you're
लोग
on the
we
way,
are
actually. Yeah.
exactly, we are on the way. We are processing it. We are getting there, and we are too many in number.
Yeah.
So we will take that much longer.
Hmm.
So this is a very easy excuse. अरे द रॉक भी तो बना रहा है, तुम तो सिर्फ एक ऐड कर रहे हो. Then another thing, अरे तुम पी थोड़ा रहे हो, तुमने तो सिर्फ ग्लास रखा है ऐसे. So that's how
Hmm.
they cheat you. That's how these people trick you. And they tell you, "Arey, you have to just come for 2 hours and you're getting so many lakhs." I'm so glad I have Imran Bhai and like people in my life who kind of keep reminding me who I am. And I think also I've reached a point that I don't need anyone to remind me who I am or what I have to do. You know. But this is how they cheat you. This is how they sell you, and then you say, "No, I'm not going to do this. I don't need these extra. I don't need these extra perks. I don't need this extra money." So same thing with gambling. This gambling thing came, and they said the person who, in fact, I don't like firing people. I have a big heart. I fired
Hmm.
this person yesterday. I told him I'll take care of him. If he has a problem, he can come me. I'll help him, but he can't work with me. He tells me कि gambling नहीं है ये. To my face, he said ये gambling थोड़ा है bro. आपको इतने पैसे मिल रहे हैं, आप करो ना, क्यों इतना दिमाग लगा रहे हो?
Hmm.
इसीलिए तो ऐसा है वो ऐसा है. तो मैंने बैठाया, मैंने किसी रैंडम इंसान को फोन किया और उसको लाउड स्पीकर में बात कराई. मैं ये ऐसा सा सोच रहा हूँ करने के लिए, क्या लगता है आपको ये गैम्बलिंग है? तो अंदर से ऑफ कोर्स गैम्बलिंग है. मैंने उस इंसान को सुनाया, मैंने कहा ये ऑफ कोर्स गैम्बलिंग है. स्टॉप
Yeah.
चीटिंग मी. Don't convince me. I'm like, you're a manager. I've come here. I know something in life. So,
Hmm.
but again, his job is to get some money, and in his job, it saddens me when I see all this. We need to campaign against gambling, not sell gambling, right?
Amit, before I let you go, you also
Hmm.
recently said that the showbiz business is not something which is, full of struggles. It's a privileged business. Why do you feel that way? He said that, the showbiz struggles are privileged struggles. You recently said in an
So
interview.
yes, so I read that line that was picked up, and the fortunate and sometimes the misfortune in our life is with interview. I mean, it's okay also.
Hmm.
Sometimes just that line is picked up,
Hmm.
and I know there's no malice in it. It's still, I still believe. Uh, First of all, I always say this, and I've said this before. Everyone's struggle is a struggle, because who are we to say that my struggle is bigger than your struggle? I agree, but I also feel
Hmm.
there are some first world countries struggle, or there's some struggles of. So for me, the struggle, when someone say, "Oh, I struggled, I lost weight, and I'm thin now," it's like, what's the struggle? You became
Hmm.
fat, you overate, and you decided that I don't, and you didn't like yourself. You felt disgusted, and you changed. Why should I salute you? You should salute yourself. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter to me if you're fat, if you're thin, doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care if you're fat, but you change for you. So what's the struggle? I
True.
just feel sometimes, and then in cinema, I think our struggles are acquired struggles. मैं एक छत पे था बैंड्रा में बहुत साल पहले.
Yeah.
मैं तभी भी पहले थोड़ा 10 बजे सोता था, 11 बजे. अब मैं 9 बजे सोता हूँ, तो मैं कहीं जाता नहीं. तो मैं एक पार्टी में था और मैं जा रहा था, तो आई हर्ड टू पीपल इन ऑन दैट टेरेस सेइंग कि यार मैं बहुत स्ट्रगल कर रहा हूँ, मेरा ड्राइवर नहीं आया आजकल.
Yeah.
And I just looked at them like that, and they also saw my look, and they were felt awkward because my look was a little, wow, struggle. And they looked back at me and said, "What happened?" I said, "No, bro. I hope your struggles end." So uski struggle wo hai, right? So for me, struggle is for people who don't have a job. Struggle is for that actor who's come from Kanpur
Hmm.
or Bhopal.
Just like a background of, being in the
Yeah,
industry.
or a girl, or a 21-year-old girl who's come to Bombay,
Hmm.
and she's going and meeting people, and there's less money, and the mother is calling her back. That is struggle. Struggle is a guy who's sitting in front of money and the doctor is not picking up the phone. Struggle is of a parent who I've seen struggle. Really. I don't sell it. I don't tell people I've seen struggle. So I just think when we say, oh, he's struggling, I say, "Yeah, this is a quiet struggle. The picture flop hona bhi ek kamyabi hai. Picture bani, you know.
People have noticed किया.
People
लोगों ने
choose you. You
notice
got money for it. You got a job. So
किया.
I'm not saying, of course, I'll be devastated for like an hour or a day when my movie doesn't work, or for more weeks, depends. But I just feel that. So what we were talking at that time, we were talking. They were saying that they were talking about Abhishek. That
Hmm.
Abhishek struggle. So that's what my whole thing. I said, you know what? I don't want to undermine his struggle as a human being. Yes, he will struggle, but that's not a struggle. I mean, that's a very that's a personal growth struggle. So it's not something like I just feel that that's the reason I said that statement.
And before I let you go, because we're running short on time, what are your upcoming projects you're working on? I would really like to know on that.
I am starting this film next week, which we will announce in 1 or 2 days. So I think telling about that
Not
will be
letting
a
me know.
big problem. But I have a few films, okay, and in 2 days I will tell you the one that I'm starting because I
I'll
like the
message
protocol.
you actually. Amit, please tell me the name of the movie. Or
मैं
will it
खुद ही
be
बता
out?
दूंगा. Yeah, we will. I mean, they will. I'm sure share out share with the people. So I'm right now currently workshopping, prepping, thinking, doing all that things, which
Okay.
is the fun part. And life is good. To be honest, it's everything is great. I'm just grateful. I'm so thankful to you that we could talk.
Yeah.
You haven't changed. You are as charming, as smiling, as beautiful as you were.
Thank you so much. And so are you. I mean, like you're underestimating, That's why I said no crushing on for so long. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amit. Thank you so much for your time.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.